Okay, so right now you have a choice. Yes, a real tangible choice, like a legitimate choice. And it's the biggest superpower that any human has. And as a matter of fact, every single human being has it. But although it's a blessing, it's also our biggest curse. And that choice is what your life will become. You see, it's a blessing because on one hand, you can do literally whatever the fuck you want with your life. And if you think you can't, there is somebody out there that has done what you want to do that is successful at it. So if they can do it, that means you can do it. But on the other hand, when it comes to that one day, that one point, that one thought where you think, what the fuck has my life become? And this happens for everybody. You get to a point, whether you're 18 or you're 50 or you're on your deathbed, where you think about what you did in life and if you're really happy. And when that day comes, you'll either be able to say, I nailed it. I love life. I'm living my dream. I'm living everything that I wanted to do. Or you'll have to admit to yourself that your life was a complete fuck up and it was nobody else's but yours fault. And the problem with this is that I won't say statistics because this is just my opinion, but I think a lot of people look back on their life and realize they fucked up and that they're not living the life they truly want to live. Do they take credit for that? No, because as humans, we don't like to take on responsibility for bad things. We like to blame it on other people. So if I had obese parents and all my family had a history of being morbidly obese, I can be the next obese person and I can blame it on my parents and I can say I was just meant to be like this. And I'm 40 years old and I have diabetes and I'll probably die soon because, once again, I'm overweight. But it's not my fault. It's my parents' fault. Although deep down, I know that that's not the case. Or I could say, okay, I have a history in my family of being morbidly obese. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be the first person to break that chain. I'm gonna be the first person to make an impact for my entire bloodline continuing from me. And I'm gonna make the one fucking decision to just go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, eat clean, lose weight, and become healthy. And this goes with everything. That's a decision that you have today, that you had yesterday, that you didn't take action on, that you've had basically since you were 5 years old and you gained consciousness. But now, more than ever. So the question is, what are you going to do with your life? Think about it. Well, first of all, you have to think about this logically. Let's say you are a pirate trying to find a treasure. And that treasure is the dream life, the dream outcome, the life that you want to have. Obviously, to get to that treasure, or to point B, you need a trail, you need a map, you need some actions. And you can say you want to lose weight, you can say you want to make money, you want to learn how to fight, you want to learn coding, whatever the fuck it is. But the reality is that words are cheap, actions are rich. So what actions are you taking to achieve that goal? What steps, what path are you taking to get to that treasure map? Do you have it written out? Do you have it mapped out in your mind? If not, how long will it take you to map this out? How long will it take you to realize what you want to do? Do you even know what you want your life to become? Because the one thing you can't do with this gift of life, with this blessing of life, is wander aimlessly around life. Because sure, life is long. We have an average expectancy of, I believe, 80 years old. That's the average, and you might be below average and you don't know it. You might get hit by a car tomorrow. I'm sure we've all heard a freak accident where a young guy, a young girl gets hit by a car, drowns, gets stuck in a hurricane and dies. And that could perfectly be you. You could get struck by lightning, for fuck's sake. And it sounds unusual, but it's the truth. And although this may not happen to you, if you have this mindset that I have tomorrow to do it, I have tomorrow, I have tomorrow, I have tomorrow. A tomorrow becomes next week, the next week becomes a year becomes the rest of your life. And before you know it, we're back at that point, the day of recognition, where you have to be honest with yourself and think, what did I do wrong that got me to this point in life where I don't want to live this life? That's something that you have to do. So if you're watching this right now, I want you to take the action with me, by the way, because I'm also speaking to myself. That action to allow yourself to have the incredible superpower to decide what happens in your life. Nobody else can decide for you. Your parents can tell you to do this. Your friends can tell you to do that. A mentor can tell you to do that. But at the end of the day, you're the only person who decides where you are going to be. So make your choices, take a plan of action, and as corny as it sounds, don't give up. Because here's another thing. The only way you lose is if you give up. If you take any one thing right now that you want to succeed in, and you keep giving your 100% every day on a long enough time frame, it is impossible. I haven't heard of one person 100% giving their 100%, not 20%, not their 30%, 100% every day. If you want it bad enough, it is truly impossible to not achieve what you want. The only way to not achieve what you want is to stop, is to give up, is to never try again. And that's another choice you have. So with these two choices that you've become sentient or aware of today, realize that you have the power to do anything, but you also have the power to do nothing. And depending on who you are, you'll choose to be great or ignore what I'm saying completely in this video. And that'll be the outcome. And maybe in 30 years, you'll look back on this video, the video that made you actively realize that you had the choice to be who you wanted to be or to stay down in the mud. And you'll think, wow, he was right. I should have listened to that video. I should have done something. Or you'll have listened to this video and you'll be like, wow, thank God I watched that video, because if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have realized that I have the mega superpower to change my life. Whichever way, thank you for watching.